आज आमच्या मदीं आसात गोंयांतले एक फाकीवंत दोतोर डॉक्टर फ्रांसिस्को कुलासो. ते गोंयांतले लिडींग कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट आनी तातूंतले तातूर इको कार्डियोग्राफी तातूंतले ते तज्ञ. ह्या सोमाराक 11 डिसेंबराक ते वयाची 80 वर्सां पुराय करतात. तांकां आमी येवकार दिवया. दोतोर, हाऊ डू यू फील टू बी 80? कशें दिसता 80 वर्सां?
That is a easy and a very difficult question also. Just to tell you an example, my late uncle, Raju knows him, everyone, Dr. Anton Kulas. Dr. Anton Kulas, he even went to become a deputad, means, nominee to the parliament.
Parliament.
Yeah. So afterwards, there was controversy, go is the black spot and this. But, he was asked to write about his past years. And very interesting, unfortunately, I don't have that cutting. But they asked him, write something for us. And he acceded. And ultimately, what the topic he chose? Se eu tivesse 18 anos outra vez. Now I am 80. I am going to complete 80. Yeah. What would I have done if I had 18, or I am going to complete 80 now? How my life would proceed? Will I be doing the same things? Would I be not doing the same things? Would I be doing more things, less things? And he was a fantastic man. And he wrote an article. Unfortunately, we can find in the library. But he had a pen brilliant, Faiskant. But what I want to say, he said, I would do this thing probably this way. I will do that thing probably this way. Only thing I wouldn't have done is to change my wife. So this is I would love her, I would marry the same wife, I would do everything for her. Same way.
And Doctor, तुम्ही भाटकार फॅमिलींतल्यान आयल तूं, लँडलॉर्ड फॅमिली. हाऊ डीड यू डेवलप इंटरेस्ट एंड डिसायड टू गो टू मेडिसीन? दोतोर जावचेशें कित्याक दिसलें?
There was almost a disconnect, between your being proprietary and not being proprietary. Whoever had the money, used to go to the best schools, to the best courses, and this and that. So I was this thing, not pushed or pulled. Although those times, what used to happen, you were bound to be pushed
by
in
parents,
one direction. That's it.
This was your choice.
This was it. So because the parents pushed you, they, were happy with their money. They would get from their properties this and that, But their children know. Their children, they wanted good studies. They wanted to become a doctor. They wanted to become a pharmaceutical. They want to become a teacher in education, and so on and so forth. So this is in a ways to tell, that although it was, the Badkars used to make a good deal of money, still, that sobriquet means, would not help them. And they would say, Baba, you don't go for this thing.
तुम्ही काहीतरी प्रोफेशन कर.
होय दाता हॅज पुट इट रायट. कितें तूं
तुम्ही एक तर
प्रोफेशन
दोतोर जाताले नाल्यार लॉयर नाल्यार गव्हर्मेंट सर्वंट.
नो लॉयर आनी फार्मासी
फार्मासिस्ट जाताले. फार्मासिस्ट.
आनी थर्ड इज इस्कॉला नॉर्मल म्हणलो आहा. इस्कॉला नॉर्मल वॉज द टिचर्स education program now Nirmala Niketan na. These are the few things that are. Otherwise you had to do many
तू कार्डिओलॉजिस्टच कित्याक जालो, सर्जन कित्याक जालो ना आनी कित्याक जालो?
पयर सद्या तुवें मुको आशिल्ल्यान दोतोर तूं दोतोर कित्याक जालो? I never had a vocation to be a doctor. It was totally forced on me, almost forced on me. But not that my father only forced on me. There were various circumstances. First of all, on that, at that time, my mother, poor mother, she expired. She had a defect called mitral stenosis. Mitral stenosis means rheumatism, giving a small this thing to your valve, and the blood hardly flows. Today, all these patients are curable. But my mother didn't get the benefit of this curamento, whatever you say. But why? Not because my father was not rich. He was rich. He had a lot of money. But everyone caught at his neck and said, Senhor Luís, você quer levar a sua mulher para operação em Inglaterra? You want to take her to England? Yes, I want, if my wife can give me a new life and I can enjoy this everything. No, I would give the world for it, he says. Then there is there were other people who used to say, you want to her so far to London where the medicine is still not that advanced. See that thing, today, they just put a and finished. If you want to take that, I tell you, you will you will go, two of you, maybe another companion, but you'll have to return one. That was, he cried, he used to cry, seeing him, can I return about minha branca?
Due to that, तू दोतोर जालो. तू given a choice, तू दोतोर कित जातलो आशिल्लो? तुका choice दिल्यार?
म्हाका choice दिल्यार, initially, no. No, because I had absolutely no passion for doctor. I would rather prefer anything else, football player or this thing or that thing. But as far as this is concerned, then there were many compulsions, on me that made me zero onto medicine.
Correct.
What was it? What was the first? First and foremost was, although I didn't like medicine at all, I did not want to go medicine at all, but my marks were superb, and I could have even gone to Portugal on the Portuguese bolsa. They used to give bourses.
तू पोर्तुगेज बरी येता तुका?
First class.
आजूय बरी येता?
आजूय बरी येता.
मागीर तूं खंय गेलो? पोर्तुगाला गेलो काय इंग्लंड फुडलें शिकोवप?
मागीर हांव गोरमाजूर नाका, खूंय वचपा नाका, हांव हिंगा रावतां. My father needs my company, and I feel better in this thing. And plus we have gone through tremendous trauma, where I lost my wife, and Papa will be alone, and our life will be. And he used to say, Baba, fica perto de mim, stay near me, don't go, please don't go, I'll give you everything. So that was the thing.
पूण तरी गेलो तूं इंग्लंडा गेलो? खंय गेलो फुडलें?
हांव इंग्लंडाक वचूंक ना, शिंकपाक. हांव अमेरिका सावन येता तेन्ना Then I had gone to learn echocardiography.
हां.
And that was the in thing at that time. And everywhere I used to go, used to find, big pathologists, leaflets on echocardiography. And when I saw it, saw everything, I was completely, something noise, वेगळे
कोण ना इको कार्डियोग्राफी काडपी कोण नाशिल्लो गोंयांत?
कोण नाशिल्लो मशीन सुद्दां नासलें कोण नाशिल्लो एंड द फर्स्ट मशीन केम ड्युरींग दॅट ब्लॉकेड
कितले पयशे पडले आतां इन्वेस्टमेंट कितलो तुजो इको कार्डियोग्राफी?
मुगे तोताव तुमकां इज ऑलमोस्ट a crore.
1 crore.
But I didn't have to pay because at each and every step, I went up and up and up and contemplating buybacks. Sunita, Kastita, Amen Kota, Tenkota. And they, because they had high hopes on me. And I had done a
नवे
lot.
मशीन घेतले ते फाटले हे घेतात विकते घेतात परत.
They arrange.
बरें दोतोर एक सांग आतां आमकां की हे कित्याक जाता दुयेंस काळजाचें?
ओय
कितें हार्ट अटॅक येवचो न्ही म्हूण कितें करचें? कुयदाद कितें घेवची?
नाचा बाब कितें जाणा जायत जाणां आतां पेपराचेरय साबार वचता हें कोण नाका तें कोण नाका. वी हॅव बिकम मॅड ऑल्सो मॅड. म्हणजे एकलो म्हणटा टेक मॅग्नेजियम वायल डू दीस थिंग. दुसरो म्हणटालो टेक क्रोमियम. दुसरो म्हणटालो टेक मल्टीविटामिन्स. ऑल दॅट वील prevent you from doing this thing. But what did you ask Tata?
ना कितें रिजन कितें एक जेनेटीक काळजाचें दुयेंस जावपाक जेनेटीक काय डायट लॅक ऑफ एक्सरसाइज?
Genetic
first
genetic. Then come the major risk factors. And the major risk factors म्हणल्यार कितें this thing high blood pressure, high cholesterol, then pork meats, then eggs. So now some of these things are changing. Some doctors have conducted a study in Britain, and they're saying you can eat 1 egg a day.
Coconut oil?
Coconut oil is still the controversy. It's still
थोडे बरे म्हणटात थोडे वायट म्हणटात. खबरेत आमचे.
But if you go to the reference books, it is something to be prohibited. It's not this.
I think all oils are bad.
Absolutely no. But oils you have to differentiate also, no? Because there are saturated oils and non-saturated. Now, Safol, I think, they are non-saturated.
Correct.
Others are saturated oil. But not oils are this thing like you have said just now. What about olive oil? They say the olive oil is one of the best oils. So it should be recommended. Except that, remember that oil, 1 gram contains 9 calories. 9 calories. So you may, help in all other respects and directions,
but still,
but you will end up, because of it, and you will bloat, because many people, will start cooking only this thing. I mean, no, our generation here in Goa, they didn't have that capacity, to buy, because olive oil is quite expensive also. But this is how things were.
दोतोर आतां एक नॉर्मल मनशान कितले दिसांनी ब्लड चेक करपा जाय आनी कार्डियोग्राम काडपा जाय किंवा इको कार्डियोग्राम काडपा जाय? कांयच म्हाका जायना तरी आसतना हांवें ब्लड चेक करपा जाय.
So Data, this is a question that we have frequently asked. Nobody has fixed guidelines as yet. America has been a place even now when I went and you receive the journals. They are more busy, establishing guidelines than doing anything else. So there is one doctor from Argentina. He is a chief command, to give you the
Guidelines.
guidelines. The guidelines for everything there now. Guidelines for determine your ejection fraction, pumping power. Guidelines to determine, any medicine and this thing. So they are very busy with the guidelines because it is after all we have to follow guidelines. Here in Goa, what happens?
So guideline कितें वर्सा एकदां चेक करपा जाय ब्लड चेक.
None. I myself don't know to respond. It is very difficult to respond.
पूण जर
Because it is a clash of guidelines. So you may talk of one guideline, but if you have only this guideline, nothing else, then you can jolly well. So it is a cluster
a
of
cluster of reasons.
reasons.
But one thing, Doctor, it is a hereditary म्हणचे पडलें ना. If
It-
my father died of
Yeah,
I
it-
should be careful. Or mother died.
There is a genetic element.
Genetic म्हणटा
It's not entirely genetic, but it is. It is, and you have to mind your genes. But genes are not all. There are so many other things, that come into this thing. Everyone was talking of guidelines, what you can eat, what should you eat. And one said yoga is good. Another said something else is good. Another said olive oil is good. This is good. That is good. So as what we have to do, is the clumping of factors. What is, this thing, what is not what is tastely only, not because of taste, but we have to go. And so to tell in nutshell, even I, maybe even this doctor, great doctor from Argentina, he comes for all the conference, respect, the amount of research is done, but they don't stay quiet with the research. Then they publish the guidelines, and they do this thing, multinational studies, and all nations are involved, and they come out with tremendous amount
So
of.
what is the guideline for exercise?
For
At least half an
exercise,
hour
20 minutes
per day.
on alternate days. 20 minutes on alternate days. Now, many people say, Doctor, you're telling me I do yoga. So why should I have to exercise more? As far as I am concerned, and as far as I know, what the problem is, we have to, regarding guidelines, we have to respect the guidelines. We cannot sort of do any godala and this
Correct.
and that. And but there are definitely major factors and minor factors. Now major factors, are cream, butter, cheese, coconut oil, which some
Fats.
coconut fat, then pork cuts,
Meat.
pork cut, meat cut. So all these are things.
How is fish? नुस्तें कशें?
Nuste, certain very good,
Good.
especially salmon.
नुस्तें बरें.
Salmon and very good, very good.
And दोतोर stress आनी heart attack हाजें कितें? Stressan हें येता.
There is a tremendous connection between the stress.
आनी हें.
Because your whole system, hormones are under play there. And because they are under play, they can do a lot of harm.
Damage to you. कितें करप स्ट्रेस फील रावपाक तूं कितें करता
Ah,
तुज्याय लायफान बरें वायट हें आयलें हाव डीड यू तुका कितें थाकाय मेळ्ळी दोतोर इज इट बिकॉज ऑफ युअर रिलिजियस बिलीफ काय म्युजिकांत तूं इंट्रस्ट घेता तुका सामको स्ट्रेसफूल जालें तेन्ना तूं कितें करता
this is a great, good question, Nata, but I myself, don't know to give you the complete answer. Now, for instance, they say meditation, yoga. There were even fights, no, I do yoga, you don't do it. Yoga is enough for me. But what medical science accepts is that, you require 20 minutes of aerobic exercise. This is the word, that we have to keep very close to our ears.
20 minutes per day काय अल्टरनेटिव्ह डे
Alternate days. Some say alternate
एक्सरसाइज
days.
म्हणतो
Yeah.
And
Exercise.
sleep, what about sleep?
Exercise and exercise that now this anaerobic exercise, is it burns calories, makes you reduce the weight. So, कितना रहता था?
नाही स्लीप कितें म्हणटा रेस्ट इज इम्पॉर्टंट
Rest is absolutely important.
व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट
Absolutely.
बरें तुका म्युजिकाचो इंट्रस्ट कसो जालो दोतोर
Music, right from beginning,
बरें
I'm even when we were in school primaria, so we had a tremendous liking for music, and a big chunk of my this thing, family, they used to be very musical.
आनी तुका खंयचे इन्स्ट्रुमेंट वाजोवपाक कळटा
Oh,
गिटार
जायते
खंयचे गिटार
guitar,
रॅपॅक
violin,
येता
होय, violin, जायते येता, आणि singing especially, singing, which is very good for heart,
singing is also
No, any this thing, that either singing or something, distresses your heart. Distresses your heart.
So the very important question, you are very religious,
Yeah.
but yet you are staunch secularist. This is very important in today's
Yeah.
time. तू धार्मिक मनीस धर्म मानता पूण तू धर्म द्वेष्ट न्ही सेक्युलर ते एक कशें तूं जालो सेक्युलर कसो जालो हाऊ यू रिकन्सायल दिस टू थिंग्स
I didn't understand.
ना यू आर व्हेरी रिलिजियस पर्सन
Yeah.
but you don't hate other religion. You are
Yeah.
secular person,
Yeah.
which is needed today.
Yes.
How do you? What is your take on this?
Yeah, because I read a lot, and my favorite are religious books. And in the end, all the books, whether it is books by our Catholic authors, that day somebody gave me books by Muslim, how I found Jesus Christ. So there are others also, who give you this, and I feel very, very distinct, because on the basis of everything, it is good to be a good man.
Good person. What is the gist of your religion? Catholic religionaची शिकवण कितें? एक 2-4 हातूर सांगपा जाल्यार
शिकवण म्हणजे have to do daily prayers. But prayers, although prayers also like guidelines are fixed and this thing, and sometimes you repeat as a rota, this and that. But also some guidelines are there. But many people, our children, for instance, they are not attracted with this thing. They don't care for this.
Young people are going away from religion.
They are going. It's very sad. Very sad. But for instance, my daughters and this thing, they're very clever, very studied.
But religion,
Religion म्हणजे कितें? This practice of religion.
that was
But if you hear listen to this thing, they are religious to the core, religious to the core. Because religion does not depend only on
prayers.
Prayers and then this and that, and put your knees and this thing down. So this is the.
What is the correlation between religion and ethics? एक म्हाका जर एथिकल मनीस जाय, म्हाका हांव रिलिजियस आसपाकूच जाय अशें, नॉन रिलिजियस एथिकल आसपाक शकना? शकता. पूण कितें कोरिलेशन कितें? तूं रिलिजियस म्हणटकीर तूं इथिकल जावपाक तुका मदत जाली, आदार जालो?
वय जायतो.
पूण कांय रिलिजियस लोक हें करतात, दुस्वास करतात दुसऱ्यांचो. हें कित्याक घडटा इंडियेक सद्या?
ना
दुसऱ्या मारतात, दुसऱ्या धर्मांतल्याक, हें सगळें कित्याक जाता?
हें जालां because man is an animal,
Man is animal.
Which is quasi a brave, salvatic animal. But this thing happens, because nobody sort of, for instance, my children, I was telling about my children. If you see, my children and somebody else's children also, I don't mind, my wife becomes very sort of, and that if they don't go for mass, they don't go for this. I sometimes tell my wife, don't
pressurize.
Be smooth on them. Yeah.
How to behave?
Because remember one thing, they are good people. And I have seen, I am not saying because my daughters or this or that.
You have to be good person.
Yeah. They are good, they are this thing, and they are good sentiments in everything of life, you put a mirror and you'll see,
that you led a movements like Lok Andolan.
Yeah.
And तुझे मागीर हेंय केलें, रेड आयली. कित्याक what you were a doctor न्ही, पूण तूं कित्याक दिसलें सोशल एक्टिविटी? गोवा बचाव आंदोलन आशिल्लें तूं, एंड एनवायरमेंटल आंदोलनां तूं सामको रस्त्यार आयला. हें कितें दिसलें तुका? कित्या खातीर जालें? सोशली एक्टिविस्ट असो कित्याक जालो तूं? गोवा बचाव, लोक आंदोलन, आमचें समता आंदोलन. ना हें एक काळजांतल्यान कित्याक कशें दिसलें तुका?
काळजांतल्यान म्हाका दिसलें कितें, because that time, one thing is that ethical, you talk about ethical things, religious things, but this, that to become this thing, I just lost my.
कळ्ळें. आनी तुका स्पोर्ट्स खंयचो? फुटबॉल आवडटा?
स्पोर्ट्स तेन्ना खेळटाले.
खेळा तूं? फुटबॉल खेळा?
फुटबॉल खेळला, व्हॉलीबॉल खेळला, मागीर क्रिकेट खेळला, सगळें. हॉकी.
बरें. दोतोर आतां एक कितें करया जाणा, तूं खंय असो आमचे इनफॉर्मल मिटिंगे आसतना तो बरो बुडा येतकीर एक बरें कातार म्हणटा, इंग्लीश सॉंग म्हणटा, तो एक बरें एक जावनी, एक तुका जाय तशें फेवरेट एक पद जाय तशें म्हण, लोकांक बरें दिसतलें. चल आतां
Canta coro dismujesata cintun mogan no shibak roho dum pa 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 pam rum pa pam pa pam bam pa 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 pam bam pa pam pa pam bam. Santa no shalom, no God galore. La 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 ra la 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 ya ra. Fokiram mogokori, gote maka vengendori. Atarota ಒಂದು ಕಂಚಿ ಜೋರಿ कितलें काळीज निबर आयकून खबर
व्हेरी गुड व्हेरी गुड.
तायले म्हणून म्हाका कापले फोबो आयले म्हणून म्हाका तासले फोबो
व्हेरी गुड 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 दोतोर, तुका आमी खूब आयुश्य आरोग्य आवडेता, तुका बरी पिराय मेळूं आनी तुज्या हातांतल्यान दुयेंती अशें बरें जावं. खूब लोकांक तूं
पळय
साल्वार
जाता,
करता,
पळय जाता.
तुका आमी
पळय जाता.
बरें आयुश्य आरोग्य
Thank
बाळगतात
you.
आनी आमी सपोर्ट.
थँक्यू.